Electrode potential. Electrode potential. When a metal atom is in contact with its ions, there will be a tendency for an atom to convert into ion. Again, ion has tendency to convert into an atom. When a metal atom is in contact with its ions, atoms try to convert into ions and ions try to convert into atoms. This will be a reversible process. This will happen only when it is connected to another system of similar system, that we call it as electrode. Electrode means, here we have a term called standard electrode. Standard electrode. Because this potential, electrode potential, is a relative property. Relative property means by comparing with other electrode, whether it is oxidized or reduced will depends. So, the potential is always a relative property. For relative property, we require a reference electrode. So, now let us consider standard electrode. Standard electrode means when a metal rod is immersed in a solution containing its ions at 1 molar concentration and at 25 degrees centigrade is said to be a standard electrode. Standard electrode is when a metal rod or atoms surrounded by its ions at 1 molar concentration and at 25 degrees centigrade is said to be a standard electrode. For example, if zinc rod is suspended in a solution containing zinc ions at 1 molar concentration at 25 degrees, the potential that exhibited by that zinc is said to be a standard potential. That electrode is said to be a standard electrode, and the potential exhibited by a standard electrode is said to be a standard potential. As we discussed earlier, standard electrode potential is a relative property. It requires one reference electrode to determine its potential. For that purpose, here we are taking normal hydrogen electrode or standard hydrogen electrode as a reference electrode. What is normal hydrogen electrode or what is standard hydrogen electrode? Normal hydrogen electrode, NHE, or standard hydrogen electrode, SHE. NHE or SHE, normal hydrogen electrode or standard hydrogen electrode. It is nothing but placing a platinum rod partially immersed in a solution containing H plus ions at 1 molar concentration and partially exposed to the atmosphere of hydrogen gas, H2 gas, at 1 atm pressure, 1 atmosphere pressure at 25 degrees centigrade is said to be a standard hydrogen electrode or a normal hydrogen electrode. What is standard hydrogen electrode? A platinum rod partially immersed in a solution containing H plus ions at 1 molar concentration and partially exposed to the atmosphere of hydrogen gas at 1 atmosphere is said to be a standard hydrogen electrode. So, this is taken as a reference electrode. As we said earlier, that this potential is not also be determined because it is a relative property. For that convenience, for convenience sake, we consider the potential of normal hydrogen electrode as 0. Potential of normal hydrogen electrode as 0. Considering the normal hydrogen potential as 0, we can determine the standard electrode potentials of different electrodes. How you are going to determine the potential of a other standard hydrogen electrodes? Here what we have to do, we have to take a standard electrode which potential has to be determined. For example, let us take zinc electrode. If we take zinc rod immersed in zinc sulphate solution containing zinc ions at 1 molar concentration is connected to normal hydrogen electrode, then it makes a galvanic cell. Now, the potential of this galvanic cell is set to that means the EMF of the galvanic cell is considered as the potential of this standard electrode. Here, to determine the standard electrode potential, what we have to do, we should connect the standard electrode of a metal to normal hydrogen electrode, which becomes a galvanic cell, and EMF of the cell is considered as potential of that electrode. Here, one thing we have to remember that some standard electrodes oxidize and acts as anode when connected to normal hydrogen electrode, and some standard electrodes will reduce and acts as cathode when they are connected to normal hydrogen electrode. In case of zinc, when it was connected to normal hydrogen electrode, it oxidizes as zinc ions and acts as anode in the galvanic cell. So, the EMF is found to be 0.76 volts. The EMF of the galvanic cell is found to be, it is measurable. So, EMF is cathode, reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. So, here the EMF of the galvanic cell is found to be 0.76 volt. Here in this case, zinc is oxidizing. So, this is said to be oxidation potential of zinc. Oxidation potential of zinc, because in this particular galvanic cell, when standard zinc electrode is connected to normal hydrogen electrode, zinc is oxidizing and acts as an anode. The EMF of this galvanic cell is considered as oxidation potential of zinc. Oxidation potential of zinc. Oxidation potential of zinc is equal to plus 0.76, or it can be represented as E0 of, since it is an oxidation potential, we should write like this: Zn oblique Zn plus 2 is equal to plus 0.76. If we connect standard copper electrode to normal hydrogen electrode, what happens? If standard copper electrode is connected to normal hydrogen electrode, here also it makes a galvanic cell. But in this case, the cell reactions are different. here copper reduces, copper ions reduces as copper, so this half cell will act as cathode. Hydrogen, half cell, standard hydrogen will act as anode. So here it reduce, Cu plus 2 ions reduce as copper in this galvanic cell. When standard copper electrode is connected to normal hydrogen electrode, copper ions here reduce it to copper. So this galvanic, this half cell will act as a cathode. So here copper is reducing. Now the EMF is found to be 0.34 volts because EMF is always positive. So EMF of the galvanic cell is 0.34. Here copper is acting as a reducing agent. So our cathode. So here this EMF is considered as reduction potential of Cu is equal to plus 0.34. Listen carefully. When zinc electrode connected to normal hydrogen electrode, zinc oxidizes and EMF of that galvanic cell is found to be 0.76. So the potential that exists or potential of zinc electrode is considered as oxidation potential, that is EMF of that galvanic cell is considered as oxidation potential of zinc because it oxidizes in that galvanic cell. When standard copper electrode is connected to normal hydrogen electrode, it reduces and generate EMF. Here EMF is 0.34 volts. So here this EMF is considered as reduction potential of reduction potential of copper. So for some electrodes, if we got reduction potential and some electrode if we got oxidation potential, it is very inconvenient in applications. For that purpose, either we consider completely oxidation potentials or completely reduction potentials. But in the scope of our syllabus, we are considering reduction potentials for all electrodes. How can we get the reduction potential? Because here in the reference of standard hydrogen electrode, for zinc we are getting oxidation potential. How can you get reduction potential? Reduction potential is nothing but opposite sign of oxidation potential, because here oxidation potential of zinc is considered as plus 0.76. Therefore, reduction potential of zinc is equal to minus 0.76 volts. Same oxidation potential. When it converted into reduction potential, the sign is changed. That means negative sign. So those metals which have more oxidizing nature, which are easily oxidizable, particularly the elements which are present in S block are highly oxidizable. That means powerful reducing agent. They reduces other elements powerfully. So they have negative reduction potentials. Here copper is reduces when connected to normal hydrogen electrode. So the EMF of that galvanic cell is considered to be reduction potential of copper. Suppose if you have to consider oxidation potentials, oxidation potential of copper should be minus 0.34. Same in magnitude, only sign will change. So for convenience sake only, in the scope of our syllabus, we are going to consider only reduction potentials for all electrodes. But in examinations, sometimes they may give you oxidation potential also. In such cases, you have to convert that oxidation potential into reduction potential while solving the numerical problems. So here In symbolically, when you are going to represent oxidation potentials, while representing oxidation potentials, you need not write completely oxidation potential. E0 of m oblique m plus or m plus 2, this is said to be oxidation potential. If it was represented as E0 of m plus 2 oblique m, this is said to be reduction potential. In the notation, if atom oblique ion, it is oxidation potential. Ion oblique atom will be reduction potential. If ion converted into atom is reduction, atom converted into ion is oxidation. This is simple way to identify or to remember. If ion was first right and atom was next right, then it is considered as reduction potential. If atom was first right, then ion, then it is considered as oxidation potential. Now, EMF of the galvanic cell. EMF of galvanic cell is equal to reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. Reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. In the previous case, we have already discussed that reduction potential of Zn is equal to minus 0.76 and reduction potential of Cu is plus 0.34 volts. Now, if you want to calculate the galvanic cell of zinc and copper, reduction potential of cathode is plus 0.34 volts, reduction potential of anode is minus 0.76, that is plus 0.34 plus 0.76, it will be 1.10 volt. That is the EMF of galvanic cell. While learning the galvanic cell, construction of the galvanic cell, we said that EMF of the galvanic cell is this. This is the way to calculate EMF of the galvanic cell. Suppose if you want to consider oxidation potentials, then this formula will be changed. Oxidation potential of anode minus oxidation potential of cathode. If it is the reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. All these values are at standard conditions. What are the standard conditions? Standard conditions is the temperature should be 25 degrees centigrade and concentration of the electrolyte must be 1 molar concentration. Then only these values are applicable. So, by that way we can determine potentials of different electrodes. If the reduction potentials of all standard electrodes are arranged in a series in increasing order from top to bottom, the least reduction potential will be on the top and highest reduction potential will be in the down. If you make a series in increasing order of the reduction potentials, that series of standard electrodes are said to be electrochemical series. This electrochemical series will have utmost importance while considering or studying the properties of different elements. Here top of the list we have lithium, highly reducing or powerful reducing agent or easily oxidizable element. Here lithium reduction potential is found to be minus 3.05, whereas highly oxidizing nature fluorine, which highest reduction potential is 2.87. So, here gradually the reduction potentials are increasing. That means the negative sign decreasing means increasing in magnitude mathematically. So, here if you observe the list, the highly reactive S block elements are in the top: lithium, potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, and so of course these are the zinc and cadmium, all are present here. Lead, zinc, cadmium and tin, D block elements are on the bottom. Then we have hydrogen. Hydrogen reduction potential, we consider it as 0 and taking this as a reference electrode. Now from the bottom, as I am unable to write here, I represented this. They are below hydrogen in the electrochemical series. With the help of this series, you can easily predict the properties of these elements. Those elements which are present in the top can reduce the ions from their solutions. That means if you place lithium in any solution of these ions, the metals are displaced and lithium will go into the solution. Similarly, potassium can reduce the rest, sodium can reduce the rest, magnesium can reduce the rest of the atoms which are present below it. But the atom which is in the bottom cannot reduce the ions which are present on the top. Now here particularly lithium, potassium, calcium and sodium, they react with water and liberate hydrogen. They vigorously react with water and liberate hydrogen. Whereas magnesium, aluminum, zinc, they react with hot water. And next elements, iron, cadmium, lead, they react with steam and liberate hydrogen. But almost all metals which are present above hydrogen in this electrochemical series reacts with acids and liberate hydrogen gas. That means they can reduce hydrogen ions into hydrogen gas. So the potential difference, if you make a galvanic cells, the potential difference will be the EMF of that galvanic cell. For example, if you construct, suppose imaginary I am telling, if you construct a galvanic cell with fluorine and lithium, the EMF will be nearly 5.92 volts current will be produced. The EMF of that galvanic cell will be like that. So the difference of the electrode potentials will be the EMF of that galvanic cell. That is why we are using lithium batteries which gives 3 volts current. So this is the use of electrochemical series. So once again we recollect it. High reactive elements like lithium, sodium, potassium on the top of the electrochemical series. The elements which are present at the top can reduce all metal ions present below it in the series. And moreover, these elements cannot reduced by chemical methods. If you want to extract the metals, you have to electrolyze the metals by electrolyzing the fused solutions only. By aqueous solutions, you cannot extract any one of the metal which is present above hydrogen in the electrochemical series. All the metals which are present above hydrogen in the electrochemical series, if you want to extract it by electrolytic method, you can extract only by electrolyzing their fused solutions. Remember, if you electrolyze their aqueous solutions at cathode, instead of the metals, hydrogen gas is liberated. As long as hydrogen ions are present in the solution, these metals cannot be reduced. But in the case of silver, copper and all mercury, these things, you can reduce these elements from their aqueous solutions.